Hello again. Welcome to our next one. Welcome to Fox TV New. Well, today the subject is about Garnett Silk, how he was living until that tragic day he died. Let's go. Garnett Silk, born Garnett Damian Smith on the 2nd of April 1966. He was a Jamaican reggae musician, a Rastafarian, known for his diverse, emotive, powerful and smooth voice. During the early 1990s, he was hailed as a rising talent. However, his career was ended by an early death in 1994 while attempting to save his mother from a burning house. Garnett Silk is from Manchester in Jamaica, but he died in Mandeville in Jamaica. His musical career began at the age of 12 when he performed under the name Little Bimbo. During the 1980s, he worked as a DJ on sound systems such as Conquering Lion, Soul Remembrance, Pepper's Discos, Stereophonic and Destiny Outer International, where he first met Tony Rebel. He recorded his first track in 1985, but it would be 2 years later before his first single, Problem Everywhere, was released.
We call it problem on the level, bow problem in the hill. Now go make you problem, me go take rise up.
An album from this period, Journey, was later released. In 1998, he joined Sugar Minor's youth promotion label, releasing No Disrespect and working regularly with Tony Rebel.
No disrespect, hey, no disorder we can do.
Smith now being billed simply as Bimbo. The pair began performing as a duo around the sound systems to much acclaim. The Garnett Silk meets the Conquering Lion, a dubplate selection album, dates from about this time and featured a clutch of executive recordings the DJ cut for the sound system from the mid-1980s through the end of the decade. Rebel, a Rastafarian, eventually converted Smith to his religion with the help of dub poet Jesus Afari, a close friend of both the DJs. In 1989, veteran singer Derrick Morgan made a suggestion to Smith that he turn from DJing to singing, with a recording session at Bunny Lee's studio with Rebel, including tracks recorded separately as a duo and with Anthony Selassie. And he began to work under the real name. The heartbeat label Tony Rebel meets Garnett Silk in a dancehall conference comprises early Morgan overseeing recordings. The success of this session led him to continue as a singer, going on to work with producers King Tubby, Prince Jammy and Donovan Germain before signing a 2-year contract with Steely and Clevie in 1990, recording an album worth of songs for them. It was the production duo who decided to change his name to Garnett Silk in reference to his smooth voice.
Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands.
Only one of the tracks recorded during this period, We Can Be Together, a duet with Cheville Franklin, was actually released at the time.
What would you say if I told you?
And discouraged by this, he returned to Manchester and threw himself into songwriting, often in partnership with an old friend, Anthony Fire Rochester. Another encounter with Tony Rebel brought him introduction to Courtney Cole, owner of the Roof International label. Silk would record a plethora of songs, and the producers Ocharia Studio, amongst them were the hits Mama,
Mama, you can depend on me now, cause I see you've tried.
Seven Spanish Angel,
Take me back alive. There were 7 Spanish angels.
and a cover of the Johnny Nash classic I Can See Clearly Now.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Roof International would posthumously bundle up these early singles and other materials recorded in this time for a Nothing Can Divide Us,
Nothing can divide us, nothing separate.
which the VP label picked up for the US. By 1992, Silk was in Kingston in the studio with producer Bobby Digital recording his debut album, It's Growing.
It's growing, there's love inside.
Split between deeply cultural theme, spiritual songs, and romantic numbers, the album went on to become one of the best-selling in Jamaica that year. And he had the first major hit single with Hello Mama Africa, produced by Richard Bellobel.
Hello, Mama Africa, how are you?
For the Star Trail label, which was Silk's first international hit and topped the reggae chart in Britain. Over the next 2 years, the singer would record with most of the major name producers on the island, both on his own and in partnership with Tony Rebel. He recorded a lot of songs with King Jammy, including Fill Us Up, With Your Mercy,
Jah, without you we're empty. Fill us up with your mercy.
and Lord Watch Over Our Shoulders.
Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow.
Latter tracks titled a 1994 compilation released by the Greensleeve label in the UK and boots 7 Jammy's cut and a clutch of hits from other producers.
Hear my voice, oh God, in my prayer.
1993's Gold release by the UK Cham label bundled up more hits from the period. Amongst them was Zion in a Vision, a Jamaica #1 cut with producer Jack Scorpio,
I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there for me.
as well as Hey Mama Africa.
Mama Africa, Mama Africa.
He also recorded for Sly and Robbie with the deeply religious Thank You Jah
Thank you, Jah, you never fade.
and the Haunting Green Line.
I've got to read the green line, green line.
But the pace was becoming too much and Silk collapsed during a show at the Ritz in New York City, suffering from a low blood pressure and exhaustion. He was forced to cancel all his scheduled appearances for the next 6 months. Most crucial of all, his debut at Reggae Sunfest. However, Silk bounced back in 1994 and set back to work in a show of good grace. He rejoined Steely and Clevie on Cut the Love. Love is the Answer single, another massive hit.
Love is the answer. There ain't no other.
Fight Back, produced by Richie Stephens, was next up.
Get on up, stand up, fight back, don't give in.
By then, the singer was ready to retake the stage, which he did with a vengeance, heading the year's Reggae Sunfest and Reggae Sunsplash Festival. His set at the latter event was captured for the live Taboo One label. Silk's backing band was Japassos, who originally formed in the late 1970s. Having signed an international distribution deal with Atlantic Records, Silk now entered Tough Gang Studios with producer Errol Brown and Cream of Jamaica's session men, including Aston Barrett, Sly and Robbie, Tyrone, Downey, Earl China, Smith, Uzziah Sticky Thompson, to begin work on his second album. He had recorded 10 songs and the album was nearing completion when he went home to visit his mother. Silk had borrowed a pair of guns from his attorney after his home was burglarized, but had no idea how to use them. Sitting with a couple of his friends at his mother's house in Mandeville, Jamaica, on the 9th of December, one offered to show him how they worked. Yes, so his friends them wanted to show him how the guns them work. At which point the gun accidentally misfired, hitting a propane tank and setting the house ablaze. The singer and his friends and his two brothers made it out safely, only to discover that Silk's mother was still trapped inside. Silk rushed back into the house to save her, but it was too late and both were lost in the fire. Silk music has been kept alive by several tributes, including Maccabee's tribute to the Garnett Silk and the Earth Day concert, and numerous compilation albums, including 2 collections of his dub plates, Kilimanjaro Remembers Garnett Silk, Jam Down 1999, and Rule Them Trojan Sanctuary 2006. In 2000, Atlantic finally released Definitive Collection, a 2 CD set showcasing the 10 tracks the singer had recorded during sessions for his unfinished second album. Jetstar also released a Greatest Hits compilation album, Gold, in 2000. The album contains some of Silk's most well-known songs, including Hello Africa,
Mama Africa, Mama Africa,
Mama,
oh Mama, oh Mama,
Oh Me, Oh My,
oh me, oh my, pretty baby, don't.
and Jaja is the Ruler.
Jaja is a ruler, don't make nobody fool ya.
Silk's nephew Anthony Cruz recorded a tribute album in 2013 featuring cover version of 15 of Silk's songs. Yes, my people, well heard that Garnett Silk, his life was kind of cut short in a tragic way, by the gun, He didn't know anything about the gun, and it end up took his life accidentally. Well, that's it for our next show, my people. Thanks for subscribing so far. You know we are on the road to 1,000. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, walk good enough.
From the heart. Seek ye first the kingdom of Jah, and all his righteousness and all necessary things shall be added to you.